Yo, 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 yo. What's going on, my fantastic family and friends? It's your boy, Mr. Dominique, aka the Scorpio King, right back at you with another episode of Dom's World. You know what's up from right up top. Bow. Because you got your world and I got mine. Now, this lovely morning, family, on the chopping block, what we about to get into. I want to talk about spiritual warfare. All right. I want to chop it up about spiritual warfare because that is what we are all going through as a whole, as a nation, as a human species. The spiritual warfare is real. This is why in a lot of my videos, if you've been rocking with your boy, since the beginning, you'll notice that I always talk about is war. It's war out here. And I ain't talking about the wars that they fighting over there in Ukraine and all that, even though all that stuff is real too. But I'm talking about it's daily war out here. This been going on since the beginning of times. Spiritual warfare. Christ against the Antichrist. It's been going on since the beginning, baby. It's been going on since the beginning. And we are a part of it. We are in it, whether you acknowledge it or not, whether you believe it or not. Your mind is a part of the war. And either the devil's going to grab hold to it or God's going to grab hold to it. One or the other. You think you ain't participating in this war, but you are. You sit out on the sidelines, you're participating in this war by not doing nothing. By not doing nothing. You don't get it. It's a spiritual war. Your spirit is in war. Is at war. Good versus evil, light versus darkness, God versus the devil. And your mind is the weapon that the light and the darkness craves to have on its side. Your spirit, your soul is up for grabs. Understand this, okay? Chop, 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 chop. Real talk. It's a war out here, man. It's a war out here. You have to suit up. That's why I say wolf pack. It's time to pack up. And when that full moon is out, it's time to howl and be heard. And it's time to level up and become a werewolf. It's time for all lions to become kings of the jungle. It's time for all eagles and any bird with any feather to it. If you're supposed to be flying, it's time to fly. Whatever you are, it is time to be the best of that. It is time to be the most strongest version of that because it is a spiritual war going on out here. You must put on your armor of God. You must make sure you are covered in the blood of Jesus. And look, we got to get past being uncomfortable talking about God. We got to get past being uncomfortable talking about Jesus Christ. No more of that. No more of that. You know, it kind of seems like for a time, only religious people talked about God. Only, religious people could speak about Jesus. And those of us who didn't go to church every Sunday, or those of us who don't call ourselves religious folk, those of us who don't call ourselves Christians or Catholic or anything like that of a religious title, we keep our mouths shut. We stay quiet. We didn't talk about God because the religious people didn't think that we had the right to. You'd be surprised at how many people out there on the streets, homeless people living on the streets, sleeping in the streets, eating off the streets. You'd be surprised at how many of those people are very godly people. Have a conversation with one of them. You'd be surprised at the level of faith that even a homeless man can have. A man without a house, without a car, without $1 in his pocket has more faith than the richest man on the face of the earth, probably. And you look at this man and you be like, what is he happy about? Why does he have faith? And he's homeless. You don't know his story. I told you before, there are some homeless people out here who decide to be. That was a choice they made. That was a choice they made. You don't know their story until you talk to them and find out how did they get there. You'd be surprised at the stories you hear from people when you talk to them, when you get to know them. I've talked to somebody who was homeless because it was his choice to be. Whether it made sense to me or not, it was his choice. He was a very godly man. He wasn't mad at God or nobody else because the choice to live on the streets was his. It was easier to live on the streets than it was to have responsibilities and pay bills and stuff. That was his conversation. You'd be surprised. You don't know what a person did. You don't know, you ain't put on their shoes. You don't know where they came from. You don't know what they done been through. You don't know. But I'm telling you, it's spiritual war out here. And just as much as somebody can choose to be homeless, they can choose to be believers or not. You can choose to believe it's a war out here or not. You can choose to believe you in it or not. The choice is all yours. It's all yours. It's all yours. This is why I don't get upset at people for the choices they make. And chosen ones, you're wasting your precious time and energy when you get upset at people for not believing what you believe or for not wanting to listen to you when you listen. You know, that's why I enjoy coming here and having this conversation, because you can either choose to tune in or not. Either what I'm saying is for you or not. You subscribe to the channel because you feel me or not. That's the beauty of this. I love it. I'm not going to get mad at you because you don't like what I'm saying. I'm not going to get mad at you because you don't subscribe. Absolutely not. I came into this knowing that what I'm saying is not going to be for everybody. That's the nature of it. You can't be mad at people for what they believe in, for what they choose to believe in, for what they want to believe. The choice is theirs. But don't let nobody make you feel some kind of way for what you choose to believe in. You feel me? Don't let nobody make you feel any kind of way for how you choose to believe and what you choose to believe in. If you believe in God and you believe Jesus Christ is the way, then say that. Say that. Stand on that. That's what you believe. True believers, those who have really connected spiritually, really yoked and connected, and understand that it's not about judging people, man. It's not about criticizing people. Everybody's trying to find their way. And people deserve a chance to find their way. So get out their way. Get your ass out their way and allow them to find their way. Just like you want people out of your way when you're trying to find your way. Hypocrite. That's what you are, a hypocrite. When you want people out of your way so you can find your way, but you standing all in their way. Being judgmental, being critical, being harsh, being a hater, being rude. Don't do that to people. Man, what a tangled web we weave. It's ugly out here because it's a war out here. But you don't have to only know that. You don't have to only know that it's ugly out here because it's a war out here. You can know that it's beautiful out here too. If you carry yourself properly and correctly, it's like I say, when you're a positive person, you will attract that positive energy to you. And you will be reminded that there's beautiful people out here. There's good people out here. They will find you and you will find them. But this world is full of darkness. It's full of cruelty, harshness, rudeness, pridefulness. What a proud, proud time we're living in right now. The human species is so proud. And I don't mean that in a good way. I don't mean like carrying the American flag proud or being proud of your culture. I don't mean that. No, that's a good proud. You know, you're proud of yourself, who you are, where you come from, your country. That's fine. Patriotism, that's fine. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about right now, the human species is a proud species in the sense of not believing in the Most High right now. There's far too many people only wanting to believe in themselves. Far too many of you practicing atheism. if I'm saying that right, but are practicing being an atheist, not a believer, too much evil out here. It's just what a proud time that the human species is walking and living in right now. It's insane. I hate to sound cliche and say we're in our last days, because I've been hearing that all my life. I heard somebody the other day say we're in the last chapter of the last days. That was a nice little twist on it. I laughed when I heard that one, because I've been hearing we in our last days ever since I was a kid. I'm in my early 40s now, 44 to be exact. So I've been hearing since I was a kid that we in our last days. But now, to hear somebody say we're in the last chapter of our last days, I thought, oh, that was pretty cool. I ain't heard it put that way before. We're in the last chapter of the last days. So that puts us a little bit more closer to the last days then, right? You never know, man. You never know. Look around you, open your eyes. Look at the way the world is turning right now. Look at the way the world is turning right now. Look at what they want to teach our children in schools now. Look at how much our children are exposed to now. You can't see it's spiritual warfare out here. I can't get the words out quick enough. You can't see it's a war out here. Look at what they want to expose the children to. Look how much the children are exposed to today. The precious minds used to be protected, need to be protected, but it's hard to do that now with social media. Man, open your eyes and just look around you. Look at the economy. Look at how it's going up and down, more so down than up. Look at how, when it comes to politics, look at how evil and crooked everything is operating. It's getting worse. It's worse. It's not getting better. It's getting worse. Politics is worse now than it's ever been, and politics has never been good. The economy is suffering more now than it ever has. Religion is suffering more now than it ever has. There are less believers more so now than there have ever been. I mean, just open your eyes, people, and look around. This is why you have to realize it's a spiritual warfare out here, and you want to get your mind, your heart, and your spirit right. You want to make sure you get connected to the Most High. You want to make sure you got yourself together. And hopefully, therefore, everybody around you that's in touch with you will get themselves together. Good energy will attract good energy. You have to be an example of how to do things. Sometimes instead of just trying to tell people what to do, you just got to do it and let them see you doing it. And boom, baby, goes the dynamite. They'll be like, hey, that's what I want to do. That's what I need to do. I see how that's working for him and her. Let me get with that. Sometimes just keep your mouth shut and just put your actions forth. Put your foot to the ground and just do what it is you're supposed to do. Let your actions speak for you. You understand? You stop trying to save everybody. Stop trying to tell people how to do it and just do it. They'll see it. Those who meant to see it will see it, and they will move forward. They will copy you. They will pick it up. People copy you whether for better or for worse. It is what it is. That's the way the world works. That's human nature. When people look at something and they see it's working, they do it too. For better or for worse. All right? All you can do is be the first one to do it. But coming behind you will be several more. All you can do is be the first one to do it. All you can get the credit for is saying you was the first one to do it. But there will be millions after you to do it. It's a spiritual war out here. Get your mind right. Get your heart right. I love you. I care for you. I need you to understand this. It's a spiritual war out here. What side of the war are you on? What side of the battlefield are you on? When it's said and done, are you fighting for light? Or are you fighting for darkness? Are you fighting for Christ or the Antichrist? God or the devil? Where do you stand, baby boy, baby girl? Where do you stand? But whether you acknowledge it or not, it's a spiritual war out here. If you like what you hear, subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell for all notifications. Like and share your boy videos. I am Mr. Dominique, a.k.a. the Scorpio King, saying peace and one love. Keep your vibrations up here at all times. Stay blessed. Namaste. I love you. Please, please protect your mind. protect the heart and the spirit by feeding yourself spiritual food for thought, connecting with the Most High, and understanding which side of this battle you are fighting on.